All right. How are we all doing today? Welcome to another Game Breakers live stream. Hopefully you guys can hear me. That's all good. You can. I am going to turn down my speakers because this game is, well, it's not loud for you guys, but it's loud for me, and that's no good. I need to check that actually am live. I am on there. And I am on there, am I? Yes, I am. Fantastic. Right. Basically, what we're doing today is more Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. I believe we've only got 3 stories left to do in the base game. And that's the thing. That's the base game. Do I have the James DLC? Yes. Yes, I do. But are we going to play the James DLC? Probably not. Because it's DLC and I'm only here to do the base game. But to show you, we have all these that are ticked. You guys probably can't see it because chat's in the way, but the shunting challenges we're not going to do either. We might do, it depends sort of how long this stream takes us. But all these have been done. Thomas and Gordon, Thomas and Bertie, Percy's Troublesome Day Part 1. We haven't done Branching Out, so that's one we're going to cover today. Leaves and First Class Engine are DLC stories because they involve James, so we're not going to be doing those. If we come down here, we've got Emily and the Express to do. And then we've also got, well, Jack Frost. That is another James story. So that's a no. And then the Shunting Showdown, which we can do. I believe there's another James story as well somewhere. It might be here. No. Well, there's Percy's Troublesome Day Part 2, which we've done. I'm sure there's another James story. So yeah, there you go. James in the Van. So those 4 are DLC. We're not doing those. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Let's start at Knapford, and actually let's not start at Knapford because in the last episode, which was a couple of weeks ago now, we did Gordon and the Trucks, wherever that was. Is this it? Is it here? Yeah, Gordon and the Troublesome Trucks. And when we finished that story, it didn't move on to the next one. I redid it, and it has allowed me to move on. And
just
the next
put 100 dice through your letterbox, and I was just keen to know what the total score is that I've rolled.
I appreciate that, Retro. As we're saying, the next story is going to be Emily and the Express. So let's do it, and let's complete all these base game stories. Because I want to get this game finished. As I've mentioned, I'm not doing the James DLC.
Emily and the Express.
Let me know if you need a bit more volume as well, like game volume.
And had to stop at a signal when the station master walked up. Gordon has broken down, he told her.
What about the Thomas Souls-like DLC? Oh yeah, I don't know about that one. Don't know when that's coming, to be honest.
Me, pull the express. Yes, sir, she said excitedly. And with that, Emily...
It's a little low. All right, no worries. I thought it was a little low, if I'm going to be honest, so I will take it up to about there. I don't know if that's any better, but we'll see when we actually hear some more volume. Aaron 2035 JP, welcome in. How are you doing today? Watching over on the YouTubes. Right, I think I've fixed the volume. I've took it up by a couple of decibels, but if it's still low, let me know. Right, what we're doing, because I've never actually I've never actually been in this train, so I don't know what's what here. Let me get out of that camera. And let's go to Kelsthorpe Road sidings. Now, I will say, I'm going to be honest, I watched the original model series of Thomas growing up. The animated ones or anything like after the model series, I don't really know. All of the new engines that were added, I don't know. And I'm going to be honest, I think Emily was in the model series, but I don't remember this engine, so yeah, if I don't, like, I can't really talk about it because I don't really know this engine. But look, it's a main engine clearly because it's included in this game. Do you want to stop? Be nice. Do you want to stop? Thank you, you've stopped. Let's have a look at chat. Erwin Games. All right, okay. So you're on Twitch and you've got the YouTube up as well. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. To be fair, when Wonders of Sodor came out, I did I didn't go back and watch, but I saw clips of the model series to kind of remind myself of it. And Emily was in there. I just don't remember the engine being in there. Now it says stop and wait, but what am I meant to do? Am I meant to go backwards? I think I'm meant to go backwards. You see, yeah, there you go, because now stop and wait's changed. Okay. And now that's changed to go. Okay, so I was meant to reverse. And yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I'm going to be honest. We had a little railway near where I lived that had a train on it. It wasn't Thomas, but it had some small carriages. You paid about £2 to ride it, and the front of the train had a face on it. That was near me, but there you go. I'll be honest, I don't know where I'm supposed to be taking these, and I don't want some smart ass in the chat going, oh, it's about 100 yards away, there's a marker there. Yeah, I know that. I don't exactly know on the map where I'm taking them. Because it's a really awkward camera angle as well. Like, I can't see the buffers. I can see the marker, which you guys can't because it's covered by chat, but I can't see the buffers. Made it. Now what I'm meant to do? Uncouple the trucks. Okay, well, I've done that. Is that it? And now go to Kildane. Oops, that's reverse. And Kildane is 4 miles away. Great. But yeah, as I said, when Wonders of Sodor came out, I did go back and I didn't watch the model series Thomas episodes, but I flicked through, shall we say, YouTube, reminding myself of some of the classic stories that I grew up watching. And as we have established, Emily was in the model series, but I didn't see any stories with her in, so I don't actually know what she did. And the fact is that she's number 12, so one of the higher numbers, let's just say. we have a narrow gauge railway in my city, but like 70 years ago I was driving a little green German steam engine on this gauge, but it's now closed and abandoned. Yeah, as I was saying, there was a little one near me that you could just pay like £2 to ride on. It was mainly for like kids and things like that, and it just, you know, went round a small track. That was narrow gauge, and like I said, they put a face on the front of it so it looked like Thomas, but it wasn't Thomas. And it did the job that it was intended to do. But you talk about narrow gauge railways. There's narrow gauge tracks in Wonders of Sodor, but none of the narrow gauge engines, which tells me that there's going to be some DLC, because, well, there is DLC anyway because James is DLC, but I think there's going to be more, as there's a lot of lines that go to absolutely nowhere. You can go in explore mode and, you know, travel down the lines, but it'll be like, oh yeah, you can't access this area. So it's like it doesn't exist, but it does exist. So that tells me there's going to be some DLC coming up. What that is, I don't know. But I think we've established in some previous streams of this game that there's two main engines that aren't even in the game. Henry and Edward, for example, not even in the game at all. Like, Henry's mentioned, you know, he's got his tunnel, things like that, but other than that, no mention of them whatsoever. And yeah, that's what I mean. There's lines that lead to nowhere, such as the Skarloey Railway. Toby the Tram, another one, isn't in the game. Gotta be DLC. Was one of the main ones. As I've said, if you guys have just joined, we're finishing off the base game stories today. I do have the James DLC stories unlocked and playable, but we're not going to be doing those. We're just going to be finishing off the base game. One of them does include shunting, so you kind of get an idea of what the shunting challenges are like, but we're not really going to do those either, because they're like, they're not a mini game, but they're like a separate. They're not a separate mode, but they're like a mini game, but not an official mini game type thing. And then we'll end with the usual Gordon Knapford to Vickerstown as fast as we can and try not to crash. It was a steam engine, Erwin. It was a little steam engine. To be honest with you, I don't know if it still runs. Like, the place where it was still exists, but I think they've either taken the track up or the track's just there and they don't really run a train on it anymore. I wouldn't know because I've not been for a while, but the place exists still. I maybe should start braking. Oh, there's another engine here. Who is it? Who is it? Any guesses? Any guesses? Who is it? It was Gordon who did whistle back to me. Eventually. Took his time, but he whistled back to me. Oh, let's break. Let's break. Have we? Yeah, we've made that. We've made that with relative ease. Should still be braking though, shouldn't that? We're not going to make it now because I took my finger off the brakes. We made it. All right. Let's go backwards. Because we need to couple up to Gordon. So, Erwin, question for you. Have you played this, and how did you find getting all the collectibles? Have you got all the collectibles? Is another question. I mean, if you haven't, then there is guides on the YouTube channel showing you where all of them are. Some much easier than others. I'd say the hard, well, they weren't really hard to find in general, but you know, they're all quite in like really obvious places if you look for them. But am I coupled up?
Hello,
Yeah.
Gordon, peeped Emily. What's happened here? Are you being the best express in the world? I am surprised. But we must get these passengers home.
We get out of reverse and let's
Gordon just looked at his books
tow Gordon.
and didn't say a word. As Emily
Yeah, as I was saying
shut
about
him
the
out of the way.
collectibles, like they're in really obvious
Right then,
places.
said Emily.
But I'd say the hardest were the book covers. Just because you can quite easily go past them, and as I've mentioned, there's a lot of lines that lead to nowhere, and a lot of those books were down those lines, which you wouldn't think to go down because otherwise there's no reason to go down them bar the collectible, but you wouldn't know they're there because there's no reason to go down the line. Did I read any of the Railway series? I probably did. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But yeah, talking of lines that lead to nowhere, it's covered by chat, but just passing on that right-hand side. I'm trying to get a better view of it. It's just gone out of view, but basically on the other side of that building, that's one of the lines that lead to nowhere. So there you go. Anyway, let's get Gordon and the rest of the express to where it needs to be. We can probably speed through the majority of this because I don't think we're stopping at any station. Yeah, I wouldn't know which branch line leads to where, but what I can do after I finish this is go onto the map and we can have a look at where the lines are, basically, as we're choosing the next story. what's that? It's Gordon with 5 coaches. But at the end of this stream, we're going to do Gordon and 4 loaded coaches, and I'm not going to stop here because I've not been watching what I'm doing, so we might have to do this whole thing again. Because I'm being silly and I'm going to miss the station. Yeah. And that's the thing, this doesn't have checkpoints, so... Oh, it does. Load checkpoint. I bet it's at the start of the... No, it's not. I was going to say it's probably at the start of the story, but it isn't. But I think that's now failed us, so it's not going to mark as complete. Which, you know, is fine, because we've technically have done it. I wasn't watching. I was also going way too fast for the station. Yeah, and you say that, Erwin, that was... that sort of like spread, that globalization of the brand came before the internet. So... that just, you know, goes to show its popularity, and it's, you know, still popular with kids today. It's had that many rebrands, should we say, over the years, but it's still popular with young children today. So it's always it shows that it's still got a market. And even when this game was released, you know, is it a kid's game? Yeah, probably. It's a train simulator, but it's much more simplified. But it appeals to people who grew up with, say, Thomas Model Series and things like that. And, you know, from there, you know, them reminiscing for the stories. Yeah, Z, no worries. I'll catch that in a second. Just gonna go really slow into the station, stop, and then I'll check the message, because I think this story ends here. If not, doesn't matter, I'm stopped anyway. Alright, let's try and get as close to the marker as possible. Go on. The buffers was in the marker, that will do. Right, unlock the doors. I think it's that. Does that unlock the doors? I can't tell. Yes, right, that's unlocked the doors. Let me just check this. Right then, where are we going now? Lock the doors, which is a really awkward camera angle. There we go. Doors are now locked. That's reverse. And let's go. Next station. I've got a feeling we're taking this express all the way back to Knapford. Which is where, like, most of these stories have been focused around, which I kind of understand because, you know, that's where, like, the engine sheds are, Tidmouth sheds, and it is one of the main stations. But there isn't really a lot on the, in terms of stories anyway, on the other side of the island. Yeah, the bots do love each other, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it does. It does try to take over every year. That one day a year where everybody where it gets everybody, and then they all realise, oh yeah, it's just it's that day. Yeah, okay, it's Spot and Bot doing its thing, right? Yeah. And welcome in, Valkyrie. How are you doing today? Hey, don't worry, Valkyrie. There won't be any swearing. Okay, go at the signal. That took its time to change. But we're all good. Okay, we're going on that line, fine. That was a sudden change. And again, it makes sense because we're not going straight through the station, we're going to platform, aren't we? Again, just made it. Open the doors, load the passengers. You know when all the passengers are in because there's a bar that fills in the top right corner, which you guys can't see because my graphics are covering it. But when it's full, it tells me to lock the doors. I lock the doors, it goes green, and then we can start moving. and back on the middle track. And we got 3 miles to get to our next destination, which is Knapford. So this probably will be the last station in this story. As we pull Gordon all the way to the station. Well, to be fair, Valkyrie, you would. If there was one at the station, you would know that everybody, you know, they'd all be rushing out the station, wouldn't they, to get onto the train, save themselves. I'm trying to send it. I can only go so fast. I'm pulling Gordon, for God's sake. And 5 loaded coaches. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh look, somebody's, that's Thomas. Didn't respond. Did anyone see Thomas in that siding then? Just in the bottom corner of your screen? I tried to whistle to him and he didn't respond. Gordon responded, but Thomas didn't respond. And also, I don't want to send it too much because I'm like a mile away and I kind of need to start slowing down because I'll miss the checkpoint. We've already done that once this stream. Yeah, we're 800 yards away. We should start slowing and quick. And it's going to send us into tunnel view. You can't see anything. I would slam on the brakes when I get there, but it just doesn't work like that. It does for some of the engines, but not for these higher speed ones. No, you're not going to let me change view? Okay. There we go. Yeah, because what I do at the end of stream, like the last 20 minutes or so, I take Gordon and 4 loaded express carriages and send it from one end of the island to the other, and the record to do it is 17 minutes, and the last 2 streams I've got close to the time, but I've failed because I've not stopped. So that will be the goal for the end of this stream when I take on the challenge again. Yes, see, it's Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor, released for PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and I think it's on the Switch. If not, it's coming out on the Switch. But I know it's definitely on all those other platforms. There you go, Valkyrie. Yeah, it's a train sim, but it's a very simplified version of a train sim. I've said this a few times, like, if you was playing this on a train sim, you'd need to know what every single one of these dials do. With this, you don't. You just get into the driver's seat and, well, for PC it's A and D that puts you in forward or backwards drive, and then W and S for accelerate and brake. So it's very simplified. And there is an explore mode where you can just walk around and spawn any train you want, drive it where you want. And there's collectibles as well that you can pick up. Oh, seriously, it's not going to give it me? Come on, I'm right there. Thank you.
Emily arrived at the end of the line, and she'd made good time. Sir Topham Hatt was there to greet her. Well done, Emily. How do you feel pulling an express train again? It was great, sir. But it's certainly been a busy day. Well, you deserve a nice long rest in the sheds. Thank you, sir, beamed Emily with pride.
All right, so that should be that done. Yep. It's not going to give us anything, I don't think. Yeah. So Valkyrie, with the voiceover, the narrator did actually do a Thomas series. Oh, he did a couple of series actually. So he obviously voices all the characters and all the engines and everything. So that's why females sound male. Narrator, why? What's wrong with that? Anyway. Okay, I don't know why that's funny, but okay. Branching out is the next story, so that's what we will do. But first, we'll go to the main menu because, as you can see, there is, if you've not seen this before, there is stories, there's an explore mode, so you can go to this station and explore it. You can go to any station and explore. That's explores available at every station. There's shunting challenges, which we're not going to do in this stream series. We're also not going to do the James DLC because he's DLC. There's timetable mode where you can drive these to a timetable. There's challenges, which is collect all the collectibles. And that's it, basically. Right, branching out. Yeah, no worries, Erky. I appreciate the lurk. Okay, branching out is the next story. So let's crack on with it. The aim of this stream is to try and finish all of the base game stories.
Branching out. It was a busy time on the railway, and all of the engines were working hard.
Just because that's what you've got to do.
Poor Thomas. He was feeling unwell. You should go to the steamworks for a while, said Sir Topham Hatt. They'll have you fixed up and feeling better in no time. As Emily came and took
What's
Thomas
Emily's
away to be
expression
repaired,
going to be? Emily's dizzy as well.
Hatt wondered who else he
A
could
grinning,
take Thomas's passengers.
tired. Yeah, I'm messing around now with expressions mode.
Suddenly, Diesel pulled into the yard with a train of trucks. Sir Topham Hatt looked at him and smiled.
Is Thomas still dizzy? Hold on, let me fix Thomas. No, Thomas isn't dizzy. Fine.
Ah, Diesel, just the engine I wanted to see. Diesel looked a little nervous. Sir Topham Hatt usually only wanted to see him if he was in trouble. Good morning, sir, said Diesel.
Devious Diesel.
Did you need me for something? Yes, indeed I do, smiled Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas is not feeling well, and Emily has taken him to the steamworks to be repaired. So I need a really useful engine to help with taking the passengers on the branch line.
Oh,
Diesel
no,
was
that's the
very
wrong face.
surprised.
No, he can't be shocked.
But sir, he pretended, I'm only a shunting engine. I've never really pulled passengers before. Don't worry, Diesel, Sir Topham Hatt reassured him. I'm confident you'll manage
Let's stop
just
messing
fine,
around with
and I'm
expressions.
sure that Annie and Clarabelle will be glad to show you what to do. Just remember, you need to be on your best behaviour today. I don't want to hear from the passengers that you've been causing trouble. But, sir, I can't take Annie and Clarabelle. They're Thomas's coaches, and they don't like me, and... Diesel, you'll be fine.
Basically, tough. Take the coaches.
Now run along and collect Annie and Clarabelle. They should be waiting for you in the sidings. Oh, why do I have to take passengers? Maybe, he thought, Sir Topham Hatt chose me because I am the best engine for the job.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I would just say that you were conveniently there to do the job. Right, anyway. What are we doing? That. And let's go and get these coaches. So this is the first time on stream that I've... oh no, I think I have drove Diesel, but not like properly. Like the first time on stream properly. But from driving Diesel when doing the collectibles guides that I've done, he does feel very like floaty, if that makes sense. Let's go all the way back and couple to the coaches. There's Percy. No, he's not going to respond to me. Because, you know, why would he? There we go.
Hello, ladies. Oh no, Clarabelle. It's that devious Diesel. Surely, replied Clarabelle, Sir Topham Hatt could have picked another engine instead of him.
Well, he probably would have done, but he was just
He thinks
conveniently
I'm the best
in the
engine for
sidings.
job, boasted Diesel. After all, he specifically asked me to help with the passengers while Thomas is away. I'm sure he only asked you to help as all the other
I'm with
engines
Annie.
are busy.
I'm with Annie on this one.
He certainly did not. Now we need to get going. We don't want to be late after all.
Right, Knapford main signal. It's where we need to go. And Valkyrie, yes, it's the devious diesel. That's not the main signal. The main signal's up there. He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop. No. Give it me, but this is what I mean by he feels very floaty. And why has it sent me that far down the track when I've got to now go all the way to the station? I'm still on the wrong side. Hey? Oh, we're going that platform. Right, okay. Oh, that is a really bad camera. That was a terrible camera angle that it gave me.
All aboard. We need to hurry and get moving. There's no need to rush, Diesel, said Annie. We still have plenty of time.
Let's load the passengers. Lock the doors. Get going.
Right, let's get going. Remember, said Clarabelle, you need to pull away gently as to not startle the passengers.
Next stop, Dryall. Well, let's have a look at inside of Diesel's cab. That's what it looks like. I can walk around. I mean, no one's currently driving, but you know, I can sit on there and carry on driving. Let's get a better view. There we go. And try to pick up a bit of speed. I think I have to do the entirety of Thomas's branch line here. But that's fine. Ish.
Diesel, you'll need to remember to slow down as you approach the station. You mustn't bump the coaches, especially if they have passengers on board.
Is that the coach's way of telling me I'm going too fast? Maybe. Well, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, let's start slowing down. Because the station is approaching. Well, diesel stops much quicker than all the other engines, clearly. But it still feels floaty to me. Anyway, we're here now.
All aboard.
I mean, I can, if I want to, I can get out and just open the door and climb down and just wander off. But I'm not going to do that because we have a train to drive. Right, let's lock the doors and let's go.
Again.
I think after this one we've got one more base game story to do, and it involves Diesel again. It's not an official shunting challenge, but it's a shunting story, and I think if you play them all in order, I mean, you can play them however you want, but if you play the tutorial and then just keep pressing the next story, that's the order. That one's last as like an introduction to the shunting challenges. Does that make sense? Anyway, the next station is fast approaching, so we're going to start slowing. And it's Sportsfield Halt is the next station stop. Look at that, perfect. Perfect stop.
I'm in danger.
Right, everybody on. If anybody's not got on, then
I like trains.
that's their loss. And we do indeed like trains, Valkyrie. That's why we're playing Thomas. Bridge station. I mean, I've gone through all of these stations so many times in the stories and finding the collectibles. I should know the order in which they appear, but I'll be honest, I don't. I know what they look like when I'm there, but I still don't know the order. he's not going to stop. Diesel, stop. Diesel, stop. No. It did. I did stop.
Hurry up, please. We don't want to be late. Just then, one of the passengers approached Diesel. Thank you, Diesel, they said. Diesel looked surprised. He wasn't sure what to say. You're very welcome. Wow. Someone was grateful for my help. You see, said Annie, passengers appreciate an engine who looks after them and pulls their train well. Diesel thought about this.
Oh, is he just gonna gun it to the end of the line now? You know, just to annoy all the passengers. Let's just gun it to the end of the line. Either way, we are off to Maithwaite. You guys probably can't see it because chat's in the way, but there's a little narrowboat down there on the river. Also, if you're near the airfield, there is sometimes planes that fly over, like little propeller planes. You can also hear them going over you near the harbour as well. Sometimes it's just the little details in games that are just there. I don't know, lifts the atmosphere, doesn't it? Makes the world, even though it's obviously it's a story, it's not an actual island, it's all completely fictional, but it does add that realism to it. Yeah, I know, yeah, gunning it at 30 miles an hour. That's as fast as he's going. I've literally got my finger on the W key and it's not moved. That is as fast as he's going. Like he said at the start of this story, he's a shunting vehicle. He's not made to pull coaches. He's trying, yes. Applause for trying. Well, talking of gunning it, I need to start slowing down. The next station is approaching. And we are here at Maithwaite. What was that, Valkyrie? The 100 dice redeem thingy. It's already been redeemed, I think. It might just be a once per stream thing, I can't remember. But Panda already redeemed it. If it's available, redeem it if you want. That's what they're there for. And yeah, it's just meant as like a little joke of
on to our next stop.
Putting 100 dice through my letterbox and making me count them after stream. to see what the total score is that you've rolled, and you know, if there's anybody that ever rolls a 600 virtually, then they win a prize of nothing. Well, I say nothing. They win the same. You know, the chance of rolling 600 with 100 dice is probably the same chance of winning a legendary in Retro Panda's capsule machine. See, Valkyrie knows. Valkyrie knows what I'm on about. All right, next station stop is Hakenbeck. But unfortunately, I'm in a tunnel at the minute and you guys can't see anything. I agree. I agree, Valkyrie. I agree. I won't believe that there's a legendary in that capsule machine until somebody wins a legendary. And once again, I need to start slowing down incredibly quickly because the station's literally here. But at least with Diesel, he does slow down. He's floaty, in my opinion, with his brakes, but he does slow down quick compared to some of the other engines. Let's unlock the doors. Oh, Valkyrie, it'll be rigged, and no one will win a legendary. Panda will stream on your birthday, you'll redeem it, and you'll be first redeem of it will be the legendary.
One stop to go, Diesel, said Clarabelle. Then you will have pulled your first passenger train.
Right, so one more station to go, and it's Farquhar, which is one of the I wouldn't say hardest names to pronounce in Thomas, but it's certainly spelt weird. Farquhar. I mean, it's at least it's not like that really long Welsh town. But, you know. Panda just comes in. It's not rigged. There we go. We have made it to Farquhar. Not that really long Welsh town.
Diesel soon reached Farquhar, the top station of Thomas's branch line. He felt rather pleased with himself. Suddenly, he noticed Sir Topham Hatt walking towards him. I hope he's not here to tell me off, he thought. Maybe one of the passengers complained about me. But Sir Topham Hatt wasn't cross. He was smiling.
He's got the same facial expression as he had
Well done,
at the
Diesel,
start
he
of this
said
story.
proudly. I've heard from some of your passengers that you did a good job today. Thank you, sir, said Diesel. But I did have some help. Thomas is still being repaired, so I'll need you to stay and help out for a few more days, explained Sir Topham Hatt. Do you mind? Not at all, sir, said Diesel happily. I'm sure that the three of us can run the branch line just fine.
Hey Adam, welcome in.
Well smiled.
Watching over on YouTube.
They
I hope you're doing good today.
Diesel wasn't so devious after all.
Today's stream we're playing Thomas Wonders of Sodor, and we are trying to complete all of the base game stories, and the shunting showdown is the last one that we have to do. I'm going to go into the main menu though, and just to clarify a few things. Shunting challenges, that is, it's kind of like a separate mode, even though it isn't. And then all of these with ticks means I've done them. The ones that I won't have done will be the James DLC, which we're not going to do because it's DLC. And even though I have James available to drive in, some people don't, so that's why we're not going to do it. Right, last base game story. It's a shunting showdown between Thomas and Diesel. So this is kind of like an introduction to the shunting challenges, but more of a story-based
One morning,
thing.
Thomas was shunting trucks in the yard when Diesel arrived.
Oh, hold on. We need to do this properly, don't we?
It's that little blue tank engine getting in the way. You really need to learn how to shunt trucks properly, Thomas. And I doubt you are as good at shunting as
We need to do this
the
properly.
best shunter on Sodor.
Come on. No, that's the wrong Thomas.
Not only am I as good as you, huffed Thomas, I'm better.
There we go.
No, you're not. Yes, I am.
That's how it should look.
Not. Am. Just then.
Anyway,
Emily
let's
arrived with some
reset
trucks.
There's
the
a
expression.
Heard the
Next
two engines
muffin.
arguing. What's going on here? Diesel was being rude and was claiming he was the best shunter on Sodor. Said
To be
Thomas.
fair, he probably is the best shunter on Sodor.
But I am the best shunter, interrupted Diesel. Tell you what, if you want to see who's truly the best, then perhaps we should have a competition to see which engine is the better shunter.
Yeah, go on then.
That sounds like a great idea. What do you think, Thomas? Okay, Diesel, said Thomas. What are the rules? The first engine to get their line of trucks shunted into the correct order will be the winner. Sounds good to me. Let's get started.
All right.
Is everyone ready to begin?
So it's
3,
Thomas
2, 1,
versus
go!
Diesel with Emily officiating. Great. And you can't go very quick because you'll go flying. Okay. Coupled formation into correct order. 5, 4, 1. That's already in the correct order, as it says at the bottom of the screen. Oh, I know what you got to do. Right, okay. Is it gonna switch lines? No. Hello. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Oh. Like, what am I meant to do here? That's just going to push them back to there. Like... Derailed. I don't understand what I'm meant to do there. Like, it says put them in the correct order. And I can't skip this bit. Great. But it's not automatically changing the signals and like the tracks, which it should do.
Oh, look, it's that little blue tank.
Or do I have to go into the map and do it manually?
You really need to learn how to shunt trucks properly, Thomas. And I doubt you are as
Maybe
good
I
at
need to go into the map and do it manually.
the best shunter on Sodor.
Well, we'll give that a go then, shall we?
Not only am I as good as you, huffed Thomas, I'm better. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Not. Am.
So yeah, unfortunately, you have to watch
Then
this
Emily arrived with some trucks,
this
and overheard
cutscene
the
again
engines
because there's no
arguing.
way of skipping it.
What's going on here?
But you know, it is what it is.
Diesel was being rude and was claiming he was the best shunter on Sodor.
Hiya! Hey, Rope Man, how are you doing today?
But I am the best shunter, interrupted Diesel.
I appreciate you checking in. I understand you're at work.
You want to see who's truly
You're busy.
the best? Then
I understand
perhaps
if you've
we
got to
should have a
lurk.
competition to see which engine is the better shunter. That sounds like a great idea.
I
What do you
appreciate
think,
it though.
Thomas? Okay, Diesel, said Thomas. What are the rules? The first
So
engine to get their
this is
lineups
why I'm
shunted
not
into
doing the
correct
shunting
order
challenges
will be the
because
winner.
yeah, it's
Sounds
not
good to me. Let's
it's not
get
good.
started.
It's not good.
Is everyone ready to begin?
I think I
3,
need to go in the map
2,
and change this.
1,
Hold on.
Go!
Because it's not going to do it automatically. So let's couple to formation. Let's get a decent camera angle for one. Why is it blocking me from turning? That's going to make me go flying off. Why can't I... Give me that. Give me a decent camera angle. Right. No. Stop. Do that. Okay, so I need to change the order of these. How? Like how? I've already passed the line. Stop! Stop! Not moving. You're hoping that you don't have to fly to the middle of Wyoming for court. Oh. Distance. Alright, press 9. Oh my god, everything's everywhere. Like, what do I do now? Do I move that? Yeah, that's what I need to do. Come out of 9, go back. Is there no quick way of doing this? Because I need to get onto this line. That's not changed. Why is that not changed? The stupid line hasn't changed. Do I actually have to get out and move it? Oh, what? No. This is dumb. If this is what I've got to do, this is dumb. I can't even get back in. Step up, there we go. Right. Reverse. See, it's still not gone down that line, and I've changed it. Oh, this is stupid. Put the trucks in the correct order, 1 to 6. But for some reason, no. I can't do it. It just won't let me. I'll just have to take them all the way to the end. Which isn't going to work, is it? Because now I'm just going to hit the buffers and go flying. Yeah, knew it. Okay, basically the shunting challenges are awful. We're not going to replay the scenario. That is the last official story. But it's a shunting challenge, technically. And it doesn't want to do what I want it to do. Like, you have to change the points manually, and then you change them in the map, and it's just not having it. So what we're going to do instead is say that the base game stories are complete. Because that is technically an introduction. That Shunting Showdown is like... that is to the stories. That's a tutorial. Even though that doesn't tell you what to do. Anyway, the point is, right, base game stories are done. Let's do Explore Knapford to Vickerstown. Express Journey. Let's try and break this speed record, shall we? Firstly, I've not been around for a couple of weeks, so I'm going to check what it is. Sodor speed record. Knapford to Vickerstown. I know it was around 17 minutes. Right, okay, so it has been broken, and the record is 16 minutes 34 seconds. So I think last time we attempted this on stream, we got 17:02, but we didn't stop. So let's set this up, shall we? Let's do spawn train. Gordon. 4 express coaches. It doesn't matter what colour, but they need to be loaded. Which I think is that one. Yes. Let's spawn. Gordon is loaded in with 4 express carriages. Let's check. Yeah, that's definitely 4 carriages. Yeah, cool. Let's open the cab door. Oh, God. Let's get in to Gordon. Let's sit in Gordon. Let's set the path on the map. Knapford. All the way over to Vickerstown, platform 2, right at the end of the line. And we're going to go in 10 seconds. No, we're not. No, we're not. Because I've got to do something else, so we'll leave it for a minute, but that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my banner off screen. So now you guys can see the timer in the top corner. It's the only reason why I'm taking it off. You guys can now see that timer. It says 12:03:18, and we're going to send it. And you guys can obviously help time me. So 16 minutes 30, what was it, 38 seconds? Is that what I said? Let's have a 34 seconds. 16:34 is the record. So that should say 12:20. 34? Yeah, 12:20:34. If I'm stopping then I've got the record. So we're all ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Why is he not going? We're 3 seconds behind, but that's all right. We can make up the 3 seconds. It's okay. We can make up 3 seconds. The issue we have is at one of the stations, Croven's Gate is the station with the big issue in it because the track narrows and has a lot of like little interchange things. That's not what it's called, junctions, whatever. It has a lot of them and it can be really awkward and you have to slow down. But then you've got to immediately send it again and then immediately slow down pretty much. So that's the difficulty, but it's near the end. This is the speed challenge. As I say, we've attempted this in the last 2 streams that we've done right at the end of stream, and we've made it, Knapford to Vickerstown. We just didn't stop. So we took the time, but we took it as a fail. And in the last Thomas stream, I got close to 17 minutes. Well, just beyond 17 minutes. I got close to the record, but because I didn't stop, it counts as a fail. But we're going to keep trying. I think 143 miles per hour is the fastest somebody has got Gordon to go. So certainly something that we can try here. And remember, in the top left corner of your screen, if that says 12, 20, 34 or beyond, we fail because we've not got the record. But with this, we don't have to stop at every station. It's just Knapford where we start, and it's just Vickerstown where we end. So yes, we can absolutely send it. There you go, Valkyrie, that was for you. As we are coming into the first station now, which I can't remember the name of it, which is always good. Luckily, I know where Croven's Gate is, so that's helpful. That was Crosby that we've just passed through because I recognised the Crosby sidings from the collectibles guide. See, I should know these. I've done like 4 full collectibles guides. I should know where everything is, but I'll be honest, I don't. This is Henry's Forest, because again, there's a collectible there. I believe Wellsworth then is the next station. But there you go, Valkyrie, you wanted some speed. We're sending it now. We're nearly 90 mile an hour. We're 89 mile an hour, but still, we're sending it. Chat, do you think that I'll get anywhere near the record of 1634? And if you do think I'll get close to it, do you think I will fail? Or do you think it'll be a success? I.e., do you think I will stop at the final station? That is the only determining factor if your time gets posted or not. Let me know, chat. What do you think? You think Thomas is going to crash? Well, I'm not driving Thomas, so, you know, I don't really care if he crashes or not, if I'm being honest with you, Ropeman. But you know what? After I've done this speed challenge, whether it's a success or whether it's a fail, there's something that we do, or we have done in every single one of these streams, and you know, it's a bit chaos, but why not? I'll show it off for you guys again. I don't mind doing that. Let's have a bit of fun at the end of this. So we have about 10 minutes, or just over 10 minutes to go 12 miles. It's certainly possible, but it's also one of those that, well, the time can disappear very quickly, especially in the areas where you need to slow down. But we are making good time for now. Unfortunately, I don't have like a speed run thing anymore where I could like show my split times between other runs of this. But heyo, the streams are still there if you want to, you know, go back and watch them and compare my times. But like I said, the 2 previous attempts were fails. Well, they weren't fails, they gave me a target time, but I didn't stop, so they were fails. And I can't remember what that station is, which isn't helping me right now, because there may be a moment pretty soon where I have to slam on the brakes. Oh, what station's that? I can't remember. That's Kildane. Okay, that's Kildane Station. I know that one. So, I think the next one is Croven's Gate. Yes, it is. So, we should start braking pretty soon-ish. I'm going to say now. I've probably gone early on that. But we need to start braking quickly, because I do think the next station is Croven's Gate, and that is what sends people off the rails. Oh, Gordon, you need to slow down, and fast. I think we're okay. I think we're okay for a bit. We don't want to stop. We just want to slow down to under 30 mile an hour. But I also need to go under the next tunnel first before I can do that. Gordon does take his time though to brake, and the tunnel does approach pretty quickly, so this is where I'll lose time. I look clear for a bit, so let's gun it. This is the area that always costs me a little bit of time. But we've still got 7 minutes. So I'm being a little bit cautious. Okay. So we're 0.9 of a mile away from the station. We're okay. We are okay, I think. I've probably come into this a bit too quickly, but it's okay, we can recover. As soon as we hit the tunnel, we need to be on the brakes. As soon as we see it, we need to be on the brakes. That's not what I wanted to do. Right, I'm going to get on the brakes now because I can't see the tunnel. It's not there. It's further. We hit the brakes too early initially in this area. We've got 6 minutes to make it. The time's probably gone. And I probably could have stayed on the accelerator a bit longer. It's not an accelerator, is it? In a train, but you know what I mean. I could have stayed on it a little bit longer. Now I'm going to need to brake. Maybe. Maybe not. It's been a couple of weeks since I attempted this, so I'm a bit like out of touch of where the stations are. And when you've got just a big go sign, you can't really see them. Okay, it's here. This is where I need to be braking. Don't fly off, Gordon, please. No, you made it. Fantastic. That isn't even the station. And it didn't change lines, which it sometimes does. That has absolutely done me there. If it didn't change lines, I could have just sped straight through that. You've missed the game screwing me over, because I thought I had to brake and really slow down because it changes your line. It didn't do it. So I could have stayed speeding my way through here, but you know, it is what it is. We have 3 minutes to go 6 miles. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't even Crovan's Gate. I hit the brakes way too early. Alright, we're going to reattempt this, I think. Because it's this bridge where I need to hit the brakes. At like 700 yards. Now. But I don't want him to come to a complete stop. 30 mile an hour is good. 50's a bit quick. 30 mile an hour is good. No, I can go past this signal. I've got another tunnel and then it goes pretty quick. So it's at this signal about 5 miles away. This is where we need to slam on the brakes, and we need to hope it slows us down, because straight under this tunnel is where the line changes pretty much. Give or take over the bridge, and then it changes, and I can't remember exactly where. And I can't see because there's a big go sign in the middle of the screen, but we're getting there. Okay, it's here. This is going to send us flying, guys. No, it's not. Let's go. Gun it. We hit the brakes way too early as we went through a previous station, but it's that change of line that completely sends you off the rails if you're not slow enough. We've got a minute to go 4.5 miles. It's not going to happen, but we can at least try and post a time. Remember, when that says 12:20:34, that's the record of 16 minutes 34 because of the time that I started at. So anything past that, obviously is the time that we're going to post, but it's not going to be the record. We slowed down way too early. As we make this approach to the next area on the map, which I believe is Henry's Tunnel. And for anybody new watching these streams, no, he isn't bricked up inside of it. Anyway, a mile to go. We've gone beyond the record, so we're not gonna get that. But it's all about stopping at Vickerstown, because we haven't done that in the previous 2 attempts. So the time, the record doesn't matter now. Just get to Vickerstown and stop. Here's Henry's Tunnel. And Vickerstown isn't that far away once we get out of this. And there we go. We are 1.7 miles away from Vickerstown. When that hits 1.3, I'm going to start slamming on the brakes. In fact, I might need to put them on a bit earlier. There we go, brakes are now on. Yep, it was a tunnel. That was Henry's Tunnel. You know, the one that he got bricked up in one of the episodes. He's just not there. He's just not present in the game at all. But I think we're going to make it. Like, there is Vickerstown. There is the station. And the speed we're going at, I think we might actually make this. We've got 500 yards to go. We just need to stop at the station. And it's took us 21 minutes. But we are going to stop. Just because of the speed we're going at. So that's all good. It doesn't have to be dead on the marker. It just needs to be a stop. which we are going to get. I'm going to try and get close to the marker, though. You guys can't really see it because the whole station's in the way. But there we go. We stopped. 12:24:17 was the time. Which is, I want to say, just shy of 21 minutes. But it was a success. No, don't exit the game. I want to go to the main menu because we might try that again because we know where we messed up. But first, let's go to Tidmouth Sheds and let's go into Explore and let's do some chaos. Because this is something that has now become traditional with these Thomas streams. Let's get a Gordon. Let's make sure I'm on the right bit of track, which is up here somewhere. Let's spawn him in. Let's go in here. And it's time to glitch the game. Welcome in, Ascor. It's time to send a train into orbit. And I have to do that because otherwise it doesn't let you do this. We have literally sent it into orbit. But now I can go into this view, press E, find where I am, get out, and there you go. He's over the wall. And so am I. I can't get back now. But yeah, that's how you send a train into orbit. Okay. How's the world of trains going? It's going all right. We've just attempted... Well, we've completed all the base game stories except for this shunting showdown because it's kind of like an introduction to all the shunting challenges. And I'm not doing those. I'm also not doing the James DLC stories because they're DLC. So really, this is just like... We're just wrapping up this sort of like mini series really now. At the end of each episode or each stream that I've done of this, I've done Knapford to Vickerstown in Gordon and, you know, see if I can get there as fast as I can. And I've just done it in about 21 minutes and something, and it was the first time I've actually stopped. So I've got about 15 minutes left on my stream, so we're going to give it one last shot. Knapford, Vickerstown, Gordon, loaded, 4 carriages. And we're going to see how fast we can get there. 21 minutes is my personal best. Let's see if we can do it any faster. Gordon. It is... They're the loaded carriages.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, let me just check that this is 4 carriages because that is what it needs to be. Yeah, 4 loaded carriages. Get in. Not bothering about shutting the door. That'll do it itself. Set path. And we're going to go Vickerstown, which is here. Platform 2. Exact same thing that we've just done. But this time, we are not going to stop. I'm going to wait until that says 12:03:00. And then we're going to get going. And the record is the world record is 16 minutes 34. That is not my personal record. Mine is about 21 minutes something. So I'm a long way off, but you need to stop for it to be a success. So if that is under 12:20, then we may have got close to the record. we may. 12, 19, 30. Something. I don't know. We'll see. 15 seconds to go. Count me down, everybody. Let's go. And as we move out of the station, I know there's a few mods in the chat. Do us a favour, there was an auto-modded message. Can you deny it, please? I think it was from a spam account. Because unfortunately, if I tab out and do it, I will come off the acceleration. Which I need speed to be able to do this. Look at that, we're a minute in, we're still not past the harbour. Oh no, Valkyrie, I've just literally restarted it. I sent Gordon over the wall at Tidmouth Sheds. You know, I made a flying train like you do. And I'm giving this one more attempt. Because I hit the brakes far too early last time and it cost me massively. So we're doing it again because we've got a bit of time to do it again. Come out of that view. Yeah, so last time we did this, I hit the brakes far too early to the point where it cost me about 4 minutes. Basically, to get the record, you need to not brake until a very, very small portion of the track. But at that part of the track, you need to be under 40 mile an hour. So you have to obviously slow down beforehand, and it's just getting the timing right. So yeah, just, you know, throwing this out there. I don't know if anybody in the chat right now was in Fireside's stream earlier, but yeah, she basically challenged me to say that I've already mentioned it in this stream, but that really long Welsh town's name. So if anyone in the chat wants me to give it a go, I'll happily give it a go. I mean, I might not do it this stream, but, you know, I might do it. Okay. You all know which one I'm talking about, don't you? So, the really long Welsh town. Llanfair poth Gwyngyth go Gereth Gwydroboth Llantosliwth go go go. There you go. That was my attempt. So, you know. Somebody clip that and send it to Fireside. If not, I'll clip it and send it to Fireside after stream. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest, Ascor. I'm not Welsh. I don't know. It's basically like a description of where the town is, from what I know. Yeah, there's a few. There's a few of them. Let's not bring them up, okay? I'm not Welsh, by the way. So, but let's not bring up those jokes. But yeah, thanks for clipping that. I'll check that out later and make sure Fire sees it. Anyway, back to this absolute mission of getting Gordon with 4 carriages from Knapford to Vickerstown. We are currently 10 miles away from Vickerstown. We've got a very long way to go. And Valkyrie, yeah, with the clips. Or was it Valkyrie? Oh, sorry, no. Ascor, with the clips. If it's showing 100% but not giving you a copy link, then if you've done it manually, it's fine. It will still clip. It happened to me the other day when I was clipping something on Valkyrie stream. It showed as 100%, but didn't actually give me a link to copy it. But it did make the clip, so it's fine. It's fine. Well, I mean, it did because I went back and redid the clip, and then once I redid the clip, I saw the original clip there. So you've got 2 clips on your stream of Panda Pain. Really twitch with some of its things. Anyway, 9.4 miles away. We're still chugging along. But at least this time, I know I'm not going to brake far too early. But yes, Valkyrie, how not just Ascor, but everybody in chat, how are you doing today? What's your day been like? Yeah, it's kind of been surprisingly warm here for the temperatures we've been having. It does feel a bit warmer, but you know, summer's on the way, so good. I'm happy about that. I mean, Valkyrie did say that it was snowing near where she lived earlier. which it's April. Why, you know, why is it snowing? Over in the UK, in the summer, like the height of summer, it can get to like 34, 35 C. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it can get to that. It can get a little bit hotter if you're in the middle of cities. Obviously, further out, it could be a bit milder. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this, but Canada kind of has the same, I wouldn't say the same climate as the UK, but it's on the same like level on the globe as the UK. And it has very similar weather, it just has a lot more snow. From what I gather anyway, I'm probably completely wrong. Because I don't know BC, Canada. I've been on the other side of the country, but not that side. So I don't know if you've got your own like mini climate or anything. I don't know. Anyway, we are now approaching this point where I'm going to have to start slamming on brakes pretty soon. Because the game is stupid like that and will make you brake. And I'm going way too fast, so I probably will derail here, everybody. Gordon is about to go flying because guess what? I've not been concentrating again, have I? He needs to slow down. He needs to slow down like yesterday because 72 mile an hour into this station is way, way too fast. Way too fast. Even 50 odd is way too fast. Don't go anywhere. Go. You've made it. You got away with it. Go. That is not the station. I think. No, that is the station. That is the station. Send it. Guys in the chat, can you remember what time I said needs to be? Was it 12:20 in the top corner? I think I said 12:20 because we are currently on for it. I think it's under 12:20. 34 off the minute would be I've got to do calculations now. 26, so 1926. I think it needs to be at 12:19:26. But I think we are currently on for it, which is good if we can stop. If we don't stop, it's gone. Wow, 102, 103 in F. What's that? I don't know what that is in C, but still, that I know that's hot. Anyway, are we about to break a record on stream? 38, okay, that's not that much hotter than here, but yeah, it is hot. It is hot. Alright, we are 2.9 miles away from the station. We have 2 minutes to get there. We're about to go through Henry's Tunnel. We have the speed. We just need to stop. We've got a minute and a half. And this tunnel is what... It's basically a marker for the end of the line. Because after this, you need to start hitting your brakes. We've got about a minute left. We're probably not going to break the record, but we will get close to it. Switch into that view. The second we hit the bridge, we are hitting the brakes. The bridge might be too close. Where's this bridge? There. Brakes. We got 30 seconds. No, I'm not going to hit the brakes actually. I'm going to go for it. I'm going a bit longer. Now we're going to hit the brakes. 80 mile an hour is way too quick. Come on, Gordon, you need to stop. You absolutely need to stop. I'm not going to do it in the 34 seconds. That has gone. But we've cut it really close. Again, I've probably hit the brakes there a little bit too early, but this is the best attempt that we've had. Gordon needs to stop. Gordon just needs to stop. At the end of the line, Gordon needs to stop. As long as he's in the blue, we're good. That was a fail. Because it said signal passed at danger. I don't know what the time was. But I made a very slight mistake at the end there. I came off the brakes and hit the power. And I didn't need to because I thought I was going to stop short or too short of it. And I don't know what the time was, so either way, though, I think that was around 17 minutes, and that's the best that I've ever done. That felt really quick. So I'm taking that as a win. Anyway. What I'm going to do now, go to the main menu, and yeah, that was Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. We may come back to this and do the DLC stories another time, maybe when more DLC has been released, possibly. The shunting challenges I'm not going to do on stream, and the timetables are effectively, well, going from point to point, so that's effectively what you're doing in the stories anyway, but they're just a bit more interesting. So anyway, that's it for this game. The next one I'm going to play on Mondays, I don't know yet, but again, you know, that'll be another continuing series in this time slot. I'm going to be back on Wednesday on Twitch only for Spot 'em Euro Night, and then back on both platforms, Twitch and YouTube, on Sunday at 8 o'clock UK time for something from Keymailer. I don't know what yet, but I've got quite a bit from Keymailer to get through, so that's what I will be doing. So what I'm going to do is see who is online. And I'm going to give him a raid. So bear with us, guys. Alright, I've got somebody. There is an event going on in the server, so I'm going to raid into that event. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks very much for watching.